Okay, welcome back to the Professional Development Resource Creation Assignment. I'm Janet Dills. Again, my topic is the strategies used to assess ESL students, a content-related instructional issue. So why is it important to learn and develop how to best assess ESL students? My experience with ESL students has been limited to the last 3 years. I work with the ESL team in my school, and over the past 3 years, I have learned a lot, more so in the last year and a half, from being in grad school and working with the JCPS ESL resource team. And I am going to be sharing some of the resources that I have received from them and just going over some that I've learned from my time at grad school. But again, why is it important? ESL students are students, regardless if they set English as their second language. Meeting the needs of all students is like the number one thing in education. So that is them included. And I think all teachers strive to do that. And um, I will continue to do that in my classroom. So let's look at one of the resources I want to share that JCPS put together. It is actually a full page laminated, basically infographic that is very handy. So the 8 key practices to support English language learners in the classroom. And I think these are really easy to do if you understand the strategies and the resources that you have available. So just in looking at a couple of them randomly, like number 5, building that background knowledge. Vocabulary is huge with ESL students. So knowing what tools to use with ESL students to kind of really drive home that vocabulary is important, because if you don't start with vocabulary and understanding what things mean, you really can't understand anything. So and that helps with learning English as well as learning the context behind the content that we are talking about. Another one that jumps out at me on a consistent basis is incorporating the visual and organizers. That is really easy to do when you have technology in your room, and even if you don't have a one-to-one classroom, it still is an easy one to accommodate. Another one that I hit a lot is the interaction opportunities, not just with the content and the technology tools, but with other students. They collaborate on a daily basis in one way or multiple ways, utilizing more than one of our tools that I'm going to go over in this assignment. So again, I mean, these 8 keys and practices are very useful. When we were given this, I was just like, wow, why weren't we giving this earlier? But the ESL team did a great job of putting this together, and it is very useful. So back to some of the resources that I've received that I'm going to go over that I've learned how to use through my grad school classes. I mean, basically, it's just learning how to do it. And I know a lot of teachers probably are dreading change to technology in an infused classroom, but it will make your life 10 times easier once you do it. And putting it off is not only going to hurt you later down the road, it's hurting your students, in my opinion. So, and there's a couple articles that I've read recently that talk about how much money has been spent on ed tech and apps um, and tools and education, and it's somewhere around like 6 billion in 2015. So that being 3 years ago, it's definitely going to be higher than that now, and it's only going to get increased. It's only going to get increased. So I hope that the strategies that I use in my classroom will be helpful and something that you can maybe try a little by little in your own classroom because that's the goal. Like I spend a lot of my time trial and error in my classroom, and then once I get it to a good place and I see the desired results from my ESL students that I'm wanting, I pass it on to other teachers. And so these are some of the results that I have tried, I have tested, and um, I have been successful with my students. So the next video will incorporate all of those tools that I use and how I use them in the classroom. So stay tuned.